Bear with me because this is a long video, lots to talk about. Hey y'all, it's Chris. I apologize for being away so long. It's been about 4 weeks since I did a video. I didn't realize I have not published in that long. I've been shooting some content. I have some stuff I need to edit, but it's just been so crazy here with a lot of family things going on, a lot of personal things, both good and bad. My baby girls went to prom and they were gorgeous, and they are graduating from high school in 2 days. I cannot believe it. I cannot believe it. I'm excited for them, and they're graduating from the same school I went to, which is awesome. And the same school Michelle Obama went to. If you want to look that up, you'll figure that out. Anyway, I thought I would finally try to do a little informal garden tour. So actually this will be part yard, part garden, and I'm going to show you some of what we have been up to and some of what we still need to do. So let me flip this camera around. All right, here's our patio. The pallets are still there. I have not gotten to them yet. That is on the list for this week. I hope to use a couple to build a bar for the patio to go over behind the gazebo. I want to build a couple of little stands to sit my buckets on in the greenhouse, which I'll show you in a moment, and we'll see what I have left over from there. Maybe even a small potting bench of sorts. So I have to look through everything. There's 7 pallets. I was supposed to get one more with a delivery, but that was canceled, but that's fine. If I need to get some scrap wood or something, I can. Oh wait, there's 8, but there's 7 large ones. Anyway, and there's still some dirt and things sitting on the patio. I need to pot up my hydrangea bush. I think I've decided to just put it on a large pot for now rather than in ground, because I'm not sure where I want to put it. There's some zinnias that haven't bloomed yet. There's a snapdragon over there that has bloomed. There's some more lavender there. A lot of this stuff needs to be put away. That's my garden kneeler. This is a small herb tower. Some stuff in here I transplanted in, some I attempted to start from seed, and some of it is not coming up. I don't know if it's the dirt or what, but there's some cilantro, rosemary, some thyme, fenugreek, Greek, and a few other things. We're going to see how that does. That is my ginger, that little pot there, that has been in the house for a few months. I decided to bring it out and put it in a larger pot. This is an experiment. I just took 2 pieces of ginger from my kitchen and put them in here. And they've been actually doing very, very well. But the pot is way too small. So I'm going to up pot them so they can stay in like 3 more months and see what I get. Over here we have sweet mint, chocolate mint. That is, which one is this? Red Ursa kale. I had to spray that this morning because I realized it looked like leaf miners. Got a hold of it. See that? That's leaf miners. And I'm going to cut those leaves off and get rid of them. I went ahead and sprayed them though. That is some hostas that I took up from the side of the house. I replaced them with some salvia. And I'm going to spread those around the tree in the front of the house. We were grilling yesterday. Grill's still sitting there. This is a little herb planter. I have some basil, some Genovese basil, spicy globe basil. I think this is a weed. It is. St. John's wort, chives, stevia, Thai basil, some dill, chamomile, and some more chives over there. There's a couple. Oh, let me show you my petunias. These are petunias that I started from an Heirloom Garden pod, cascading petunias. I moved them into this pot and they are doing awesome. Over here are the dianthus that have not bloomed yet. I just put them, oh, I see one coming right there. That's exciting. Over here, look at these babies. Look how beautiful. Those are all zinnias except for in the middle. That's a snapdragon. These were all started from Heirloom Garden pods as well. And they are so gorgeous. And I didn't realize they would be so tall. But they just keep on blooming. Over there is my old greenhouse, which we decided looked like a jungle gym for birds. So that is what it has become. I might stick a couple of plants over there that attract birds or that birds like. There's a bird now. So far they have been hanging out on it while they wait their turn to eat. I try to keep the birds and the squirrels busy with things to do over there on that side of the yard so they stay away from my stuff. In here is hummingbird mix. I just dumped all of the seeds in. Everything's starting to come up now. And down here we have some lemongrass, a couple of random plants from the nursery. And over there is my new greenhouse. I'm still working on getting everything set up in there, but let me tell you, I love it. This model came from Sam's Club. It was cheaper than some of the others I had seen. This was only $2.99, and I did a lot of research, watched a lot of videos, and we figured out ways to secure it and upgrade it. So I'll be doing a full video on that with tips, because I only saw one other video on this model out there right now. Let's go on over to the garden. More kale, more leaf miner damage. And I swear that one, I don't remember seeing that there this morning. Maybe I did. It was early and I was tired. There's my hose link. And let me tell you, this thing has been a lifesaver with the garden being right there. Full video coming on that soon too, when we installed it. But I love it because I can just pull it out as far as I need. It'll go all the way back to the garden. Okay, it stays out like that. And when you want to put it up, you just give it a little yank and in it goes. There is no need to go roll. I hate that. All right, here's the garden. The last video that I published here on YouTube, the fence was not there. Not all of the pots were there. There were no plants whatsoever. So big changes. Yeah, big changes. I believe that was published around mid-May, and I said it was finally time to plant. So a lot has happened in the past 4 weeks. Let's take a look. This pot here and that pot over there on the end both have heavy hitter okra in it that started in this bed. Bed started getting way too crowded, being taken over by squash and eggplant, so I moved them. Okra does not like being moved, which I knew, but I forgot. And I did it anyway, so now I'm waiting for my okra to recover. This one lost all but one leaf. I'm hoping it can pop up some new leaves. I think I see one coming. This one over here has some new leaves at the bottom already, and lots of little blooms starting. Oh, bug. I hate when bugs just buzz by my ear. Anyway, these are mystery plants from the nursery. Actually from Menards. This one and that one. They were marked down, and it was a 6-pack. It's either some type of kohlrabi or broccoli or something. We will see. They're doing well so far. Pot of herbs. There's rosemary, marjoram, and tarragon in there. We have red cabbage, and we have red stem Malabar spinach, which is supposed to eventually grow up tall enough to go up my arch. I started one of those in the house. I dropped in one more seed a couple of weeks ago, which has come up. But over here in this one, I put 2 seeds in there and they have not come up at all. So what I'll probably end up doing is just moving that small one over here, because I want them to go up the arch from each side. And that's red cabbage in there with those. And here with this okra is bee balm. I just got this the other day. It did not have any blooms. Now they're coming. It's pretty. Hoping to draw some bees. Over here in bed number 1, my little crowded bed with big things. Green envy eggplant. There's 2 of those. I've been trimming off large leaves as I can. This is California Bell Wonder pepper, and so is that. This is a shishito pepper, which I should have caged. I still can. It's still pretty cageable. And in here is my early prolific straight neck squash. I've actually taken one off of here already that had a bit of end rot, and I'm hoping the rest come out better. I actually hand pollinated these this morning, so I'm hoping that helps. And this is golden oregano, which I just added the other day in the empty spot. Here we have Wartall tomatoes and a Rosa Bianca eggplant, poblano peppers, Some of the peppers are starting to really take off, but not all of them yet. This bed is a variety of peppers. Some of my pepper plants came from the nursery for things that I did not start or had trouble starting myself. So I know in here there's gypsy pepper, which I had not heard of before. There is super chili, cayenne, and habanero. I ended up with more habaneros than I anticipated. I'm going to be making a lot of dried peppers and pepper powder. Down here is a yellow Patio tomato. There's actually quite a few babies on here already. I have 3 of these in pots. Another poblano. That's one of my tomatillos. I have 3 varieties of tomatillos. And then over here, another bed that I've been moving things around because at first it was like a catch-all while I waited to set things up. So that big thing in the middle is my Aunt Molly's ground cherry, which is just spreading out and taking over. On the sides there are tomatoes that started as cuttings from in the house. So there's going to either be Serendipity Dwarf or Geranium Kiss. I'm going to move those out to pots very soon. Same thing with the little banana peppers. Those are sweet banana peppers that don't seem happy in this bed at all. We have some garlic here up front. I did not plant a lot of garlic, but all the empty space in here is garlic. And the sages. The sage might stay. But as you see, that Aunt Molly's ground cherry wants to take over. So I need to maybe find a way to make it go up the trellis. That's what it's there for. Over here, another tomatillo, along with some onions and basil. That is a sport pepper. There's one of the other yellow patios. This one looks kind of unhappy. Leaf curl happens. It's been so hot. The weather is crazy, so some of the plants are not too happy with that. More peppers. I like peppers. Poblano peppers, hot banana. Look at that. There's one. And then we have some Italian green frying. And these, I did not label. I do not know why. I think I figured out what they are, though. I have to look at my notes. I have written down everything that I've planted, every seed that I started. So for some reason, there's a couple of things in here not labeled. I need to fix that. That's one of my tomatoes. That's one of my cucumbers. That's the Space Master. And I know that I saw, look at that. Look, can we get it? Look at that nice size guy there. There's a few on here already. And since it's a smaller, there's another one, smaller variety. I thought I would try it in this 2-gallon pot. And right now it's doing very well. And it likes the little trellis I made for it as well. I might have to go a little taller on that trellis. I do have some 6-foot bamboo stakes in the house. Next to that is my cucamelon, which started slow and I wasn't sure it was going to make it, but as soon as the heat hit, it just took off. Now there are so many vines, I cannot keep up. It's grabbing onto everything, the fence, the trellis next door, and I see tiny little starter melons on many of these, which is exciting. And here we have more peppers. Jimmy Nardello, Padron, Kerbachi. What else is in here? Giant Marconi, which looks so much better. It wasn't happy for the past couple of days. It's a little bit cooler out today, and it seems much happier. Paprika pepper. Break those off. Over here, we have my Georgia collards and some turnips. I covered these because those white moths have been around in full force, and I have actually removed 3 worms, 2 from here and 1 from down there already. These are potatoes. I don't know which variety. I have, I believe, 5 different varieties. I have some blue, red, purple, and some regular white potatoes. Back here is a grapevine that I don't expect to see anything really from till next year. So it's just kind of sitting over here out of the way. But this was one of those like dormant plants from, I think, Lowe's. And I didn't think it was going to make it. The other one does not look like it's going to make it, but this one is. This is the big boy. This is one of my Vigo Garden Beds. This is the one I actually purchased myself after getting the first one up there, which we'll talk about. But I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And I get lots of questions about, is this thing full of all dirt? No, none of my beds are full of all dirt. When we got the chip drop delivery, they delivered so much that I had enough to fill every bed, halfway at least, and then do dirt. And I still had some left. So even though they delivered a lot and it's set in front of our house, I am so glad I was able to get that done, because so many people said that they don't show or they don't get a lot. So anyway, in this bed on this side are carrots, which are finally starting to make an appearance. I need to come back and pull those few weeds. Various radishes here, lots of onions here, and then there's some onions around the middle, and looks like I stuck some bunching onions back there. I think these are the daikons. I put only 2 daikons right here because they get so big. I wasn't sure how much space they would need. And then a little leftover garlic right there in the middle. More potatoes, sweet potatoes. This one and this one are sweet potatoes. And these sweet potatoes are coming back from what I thought was sudden death. They were in the house in water, and along with everything else that I had, they suffered from an aphid infestation, and I had to keep spraying them. If you look down here, by the time I got them planted, all of these slips look like this. I didn't think they were going to make it, but after a couple of weeks, they are forming all these beautiful new green leaves on all of the plants. And I am happy about that, because I surely thought I was just going to be without sweet potatoes, or I was going to have to purchase more slips. A few more peppers up here. In this one we have white peach, fish pepper. I actually have another fish pepper over there. Anaheim, Jamaican red, Fresno, Corbachi, lemon drop, and serrano. I love my peppers. Back here we have another tomatillo. We really like salsa. We really like salsa verde. So I wanted to make sure I had a lot of tomatillos to make some. This is my little strawberry tower. That's just the dollar store planters, like the one on the patio with the herbs in it. And I do have some strawberries. There's one. There's a couple more in there. I need to come and get those. And I added more plants from a nursery a couple of weeks ago down here, the Ozark Beauties. And the ones I purchased, many of them had runners on them already. So I stuck the runners in empty pockets. I'm letting them get established. And then once they're established, you're supposed to cut it off from the main plant, so the main plant can then focus on fruiting. So I'm probably going to check them, make sure they have roots later today, and then clip them off. All right. And this is my beautiful green stalk. It's gorgeous. There are a variety of things in here. Oregano, lots of beans, and these bush beans are growing like crazy. There's some sorrel, there's a sport pepper, there's a Carolina Reaper pepper, there's some chives, nasturtiums, beets, red scallions, marigolds, some baby basil down there. It is doing so well. Look at that, there's a sport pepper. So get yourself over to greenstockgarden.com, use code LTG10 and buy a green stalk. Let me know if you have any questions. Now here is one of my massive tomato beds. There's so many tomatoes in here. Let's see, Brad's Atomic Grape, Aunt Ruby's German Green, Sunrise Bumblebee. There's a lot. Over here we have cream sausage, which has some nice looking tomatoes forming on it. A lot of them too. And I know around the other side there is a black creme or two, I recall. Yep, there we go. I'm excited to be seeing tomatoes already. There's quite a few. And then here we have National Pickling cucumbers in my cute Aldi planter. Another one over there. Same thing, National Pickling cucumbers. Here we have a zucchini plant that I actually just added about a week ago from a nursery. Then we have Calagarista pepper. I don't know if I'm saying that right. There's 2 of those in there, and then there's another Jamaican red, and then some beets back there. Another tomatillo, more habaneros, and these things have taken off. I swear, just like 3 days ago, they were so tiny I didn't know if they were going to make it. They look great now. Habaneros stay on the smaller side, I think, but I'm going to keep watching. If I have to split those out, I certainly will. Here is a tiny little heirloom cherry tomato that I moved from an arrow garden cutting. And this is heirloom cherry that moved out from my arrow garden. I am basically trying to get these to make it a little farther because I want to save those seeds. What's over here? I know that this unlabeled pot is another sport pepper. And then we have more masses of tomatoes over here. Again, lots of varieties. This is aroma. There's some onions stuck in random places. That is a giant Belgium. And I know I saw more tomato babies over here somewhere. I don't know if I'll spot them right now. But they are all starting to come out. And as mentioned, I purchased that Vigo Garden Bed myself. That is one of the tallest, 32 inches tall. But this one here, they gifted to me. And I loved it. As soon as we got it and set it up, I don't even think I was done setting it up yet before I was like, hey, I would like to order another one. And it's awesome. As you can see, I have a variety of beds. This one came from Amazon. These planters came from Amazon. This came from Amazon. That came from Amazon. And that's actually 2 beds stacked together, as mentioned before. And they were cheap, like 40 bucks each. So $80, you've got yourself a really nice vegetable bed, which came to about 20 inches high. That is a stock tank. But yeah, so the Vigo Garden is definitely the best of them all, and I will tell you why. Number one, when you're filling on this, you can tell the difference in the thickness of the metal and the toughness of the metal versus, say, this one that shakes really easily, and it does not have the protective edge on top that came with this. I guess you could probably buy something like this and put it around another bed, and I may look into that. But it also has the supports in the middle that you can't see right now. The large one does as well, and this one has that too. It actually does across the middle here. So that's something to think about when you're buying a bed, is you want to look for, depending on how long it is there supports in the middle. I've seen when people build beds that the middle bows out from the weight of the dirt, and that keeps that from happening. Okay. And also the colors. I love the colors. I will say I love this color green, and I ended up making that like my accent color throughout the garden, greenish colors. But they have come out with a gray, and I would have loved to have that gray because I have a thing about gray. I was just telling my husband, I said, I don't know why, but I tend to just gravitate towards gray when it comes to decorating. So you'll see more gray popping up in my garden and probably over on the patio soon. Okay, I have talked long enough. Let me finish up. All right, I remembered. In here we have 2 blue bumblebee tomatoes that, if the lighting was right, you could actually see the bluish tint on the top. They're going to ripen to a yellow with the blue. Back here, another one of my yellow patios that has a nice amount of tomatoes on it. Another tomatillo, more peppers and beets. That's purple Thai, datil, and in the middle is a big chili. Then we have a couple zucchini plants, and these are 2 Carolina Reaper and Medusa peppers. Over here we have some tomatoes. Actually, I have 2 mystery tomatoes in here. I have no idea why these did not get labeled. I swear some little animal stole my tags. Okay, another mystery solved. I mentioned I had 2 unlabeled tomato plants and couldn't figure out why. Well, when I was out shopping and doing other pickups one day, I picked up seedlings from a local mom who was selling them on Facebook Marketplace. So these are either a tricolored tomato and Rutgers tomato, or a tricolored tomato and Rutgers tomato. I'm assuming that once fruit starts to show, I will be able to tell the difference. And I also know now that that means these little guys here are Thai chilies, because I also got those from her, along with some marigolds, nasturtiums, zinnias, and I think that was it. Okay, up front we have some jalapeno, another variety of jalapeno over there. Oh my God, look at this. Where the heck did that come from? I swear that was not there. That's a paprika pepper. Holy moly. That makes me so happy. And then I just noticed up here on this jalapeno, I just saw a little baby. There it is. Yay. And there's one more pepper. Oh, over here, another jalapeno. Jalapeno mucho nacho. I think that's supposed to be a larger variety. And there's, I think that's the orange spice hiding over there. And then we have a couple of bueno mulatas in here. And there's one, look at that. These peppers are really starting to take off. Okay, that is everything in the garden. I probably missed something, but it's like changing every day still. Yeah, I have a couple of things I need to move around, a couple more things to plant. We need to create my gate. Oh, that's the other thing, the pallet. Some pallet wood will be used to make a gate for here. And I'm just happy to see everything growing and coming together. It's like so awesome when you can do this and grow your own food. How could I forget to show you inside the greenhouse? I know I showed you the outside, but let's just step in for a second. This will be, like I said, its own video. It is so hot in here right now, but we have some Swiss chard, some kale, some cabbage. This is the first day my cabbage has not looked happy. I'll have to check that. When I shot this video this morning, I was in here and said that my cabbage did not look happy. I checked the water level, because this is a cracky system, and the water level had gotten a little low, so I had to add some. These plants were just moved in here about a week ago, so the roots are still growing and finding their way down into the tanks and solution. So it had gotten a little low and the roots were not getting water. And as you can see, just a couple of hours later, it has perked up and is beautiful and happy again. So I'm just going to go through and check these just to be sure that those levels have not gone down. It's been so hot that I'm sure the water is evaporating a little faster than we would like it to. We have some pepper cuttings that are rooting, giant kohlrabi. This system, this is a We Plant NFT system from Amazon. It's not working properly. Not all of the pipes are getting water as they should. I have played with it. I have tried to level it and unlevel it and raise one side. I think I'm going to end up getting a different one and just using this one for parts or something, because it's driving me batty. That's why there's not much in it yet, because it's basically a test. And I had to skip a lot of them that are, well, there's 2 pipes for sure that are not getting water. And so I skipped those. Then over here we have leafy greens that are pretty much coming to the end of life. Maybe not, because bok choy can make it a long time, tatsoi can make it a long time. These greens are doing well. I ate a bunch of them last night. But yeah, so this is a mess. It's still coming together. The shade cloth does not really help. Oh, only 97. It's been like 110 or more in here every day. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you. If you have not subscribed, please do. I'm pressing towards 1,000. I promise to start pushing out more videos as I have more gardening stuff to do. And I appreciate every one of you that support me here. And if you are on Facebook, if you have an Arrow Garden, I have a group, Arrow Garden, Cracky, and Gardening Fanatics. You can find that and join. And follow me on Instagram at Little Tech Girl. I'm Little Tech Girl just about everywhere, because the tech in me will never leave. Everyone, have a great day. Bye-bye.